Drifter, written by Jim Mintz.
"Lucius, wake your mother!" his father yelled. "We must leave at once." The man was frantically packing the family essentials into the wagon they used for market day. He shoved off the remaining grain and replaced it with food items they had been keeping for celebrations. A salted loaf of bread, some dried meats. "What is it, father?" Lucius asked, but the man ignored him. The entity let go of the boy and observed. The boy went to his mother, who was lying in bed. She had been sick for many months. The entity studied the boy's thoughts. He wondered if she would be able to travel. He assumed not. He was scared. The father entered the room. "Did you wake her?" he asked, shoving the boy aside as he roughly stirred her awake. Livia, you must wake," the father insisted. He shook her again and again. Eventually the woman turned to face her husband. Her eyes were sunken, her face pale. The entity understood that the woman's illness was terminal. It searched the boy's feelings. The boy believed she would recover. "Livia, we must leave. Someone is coming," the father insisted. The woman was weak and protested. "I can't leave, Marcus," she said. "I can't move." The father scooped his wife up and carried her out to the wagon, laying her on top of the food he had stored. "Come, boy, we leave now," he said to his son as the boy trailed behind. The entity was enamored by the boy's sorrow. He did not want to leave his town behind or his friends. "I don't want to go." The man grabbed his son by the shoulders and placed him inside the wagon. He took hold of the handles and began dragging the cart out of their compound and into the street. The sight caught the community off guard. They were not accustomed to seeing a man pull a cart himself. They began to laugh. They ridiculed him. They pointed their fingers and called him a donkey. The boy was overcome with grief and could not stop crying. The entity was curious about the insults being hurled at them. It seized control of the boy's emotions, silencing the tears and wailing so it could better understand the ridicule of the civilians. "Look at the donkey man. Can you carry my blankets home too, Mr. Donkey?" one shouted. The boy looked on in silent sadness. The sadness overpowered the humiliation, though the entity could still detect it beneath the surface. A man stepped forward and stopped the cart. "Marcus, where are you going?" "I am in debt," the father explained. "My boy was attacked. They poisoned my wife. I must flee the city. The threat can no longer be ignored," he cried. Overcome with emotion, he fell to his knees. The cart crashed down with a thud. The crowd laughed harder. "There!" came a voice above the laughter. "He's over there! Stop him!" The man who had spoken to the father grabbed him by the arm and helped him to his feet. "Leave. Take my daughter to safety. I will come for you in a month," the man said. The father wiped his eyes, gripped the handles of the cart, and began to run toward the city gates. The man who had assisted him turned to the crowd and shouted that a fire had erupted. There was no visible fire, but the people grew afraid. The entity could sense the collective fear. The crowd scattered in all directions. Whatever threat had come for the father could not breach the panic. The entity watched as the father made it to the gates and out beyond the city walls.